All right, so this morning I started listening to the audiobook of Outwitting the Devil by Napoleon Hill, and I was playing the game, so I was kind of halfway listening, halfway not, but it started dropping this gem about the alter ego, and basically he I think Napoleon Hill was talking about himself, but basically he was saying he was about to go on this trip, but he didn't have any money, so he asks his brother for the funds to go on this trip. So he gives him $100, and as he gets there, like as he arrives, he starts getting these impulsive thoughts, but they're honestly like thoughts to help him take risks. They're not necessarily like impulsive, like bad. So instead of budgeting his money, he goes to a high-end hotel and he feels the best that he has in a while because just the way they treat him at this hotel, he's around some important people, so it ultimately sets him up to just get in those rooms, right? And I found it interesting because I've heard, Kobe Bryant talk about this with Black Mamba, how it's, Kobe Bryant himself, he's a chill guy, but then the Black Mamba is just like attack mode. And then Beyonce, I forgot her alter ego name, but when she gets on stage, she's like this like wild, ferocious woman who's like, you know what I'm saying? So it's an interesting concept because it can honestly be applied to any part of your life or just like your life in general. Like when it comes to getting things done, because a lot of the times our brain has this wall up, but if you have this character or really this vision of who you want to be in your mind, what you do is you have this alter ego who, can get the job done, who's limitless. I guess kind of you could think about it as like your black suit or like your bizarro version of Superman. Like he's doing stuff that you would never do, but it ultimately just gets the results. And over time, what this does is it changes your mind so that you guys can fuse into one person. So it just becomes a part of you. Um, what I recommend with that is writing down these characteristics that you want to add to your life and ultimately just acting on it, taking it step by step, day by day. With that being said, also I've been seeing a lot of edits for this movie named Limitless, my timeline. And I first watched it maybe like 2 years ago. I think I've seen it two more times since then, and it's just one of those movies for me. Like just the title itself, like it drew me in. So I'm like, okay, what's this about? First watching experience was insane. This guy, Eddie Moore, he's a failing author, failing boyfriend, and he gets an opportunity from a old friend to take this drug or be a part of this, one of the first subjects to take this drug and try it out. So at first he declines, but the guy gives him like a sample anyway. So then he takes it. Suddenly, like all brain fog is gone. Everything that he thought was like clogging his mind, like he just knew the right thing he had to do. So he starts cleaning his room, he gets everything straight, and then he writes his first like story that he's written in however long. His boss calls him back after submitting it and she tells him like, this is the greatest thing I ever heard, you gotta come back in. By this time like the drug wears off, so he goes back to the guy, but comes to find out that he's basically unalive. So he finds his stash and has like this stash that he can use for months, and he spends the next couple months like getting right, and he levels up in every single way. He looks better, he smells better, he dresses better, he's working out, he knows what he wants to do, he goes into trading, and ultimately he, because of the drug, but like he has this hyper focus that he can recognize the pattern and the trends in trading, and it helps him just become the best. And like there's a lot of trials and like realness throughout the movie, because other than the fact that he's depending on some like crazy drug to get the job done, it's just like It's, it's just crazy to think about that. You know, you can take action and really just prioritize things, and it's like at the same time he's having fun, he's going on trips, and essentially everything's just falling into place for him. And it's so crazy, in fact, that by the end of the movie, he's running for president. Like, man, it's just one of those movies that's like, what can what can we honestly not do? I would say kind of in the same sense, like he kind of went through what I talked about the alter ego thing, except that it comes from, you know, this drug, but over time, you know, he just becomes he was dependent on it for a little bit, but then he became like, by the end of the movie, he's off of it, you know? So it becomes just a part of him. Like, he knows what he has to do, he knows like who he is, and I think that's just essentially what it comes down to. Like, being able to fuse these two versions of yourself so that you know who you are. But I'll see y'all, boys.